Boyue has had a little bit of trouble in 2021 after becoming their own OEM, having 3 devices in their lineup, and 3 of them all being out of stock. Yes, their entire line was basically wiped out by the chip shortage, the component shortage, and the massive power outages China has been suffering. But they have a solution: the P10W. This one is all the beauty of the P10 with a full WACOM screen and digitizer, which basically means you can use WACOM pens on it. Because this device is 100% the exact same as the P10, you can check the video up above on the video card if you want to see what the review is all about. Today we're just going to be testing some pens and showing off the note-taking experience. We have a lot of stuff to cover just in terms of the pens here. So what we've done is we've actually cracked open one of their active capacitive pens from Likebook that is included with the P10 itself. And we're going to test this out on the notepad along with a plethora of note-taking pens that all use WACOM. First thing we're going to do before we get into all these UI elements is just test the pens. So first on the docket is the active capacitive pen, and this is the one, yes, with the quadruple A battery, much like the Kobo stylus. No, the Kobo stylus will not work on this device. Now, because they went to WACOM, the active capacitive works, but it's terrible. This pen is really good with the P10. The P10W is not recommended. It's slow, it doesn't always react, and you can see I'm drawing on it. It's not really doing much. It's actually a pretty terrible pen for this, and that's why they don't give it to you with this one. They actually give you this pen right here. This is the pen they give you, and it's actually really good. It's really fast. The eraser works. The latency is really low, which means it's very quick, and it has a side button as well. So this pen is the recommended one, and it's the one they give you. Reverse polarity WACOM digital stationery, like the good eraser, of course, works as well. This is the Air Pen. This one is super accurate, and weirdly enough, the Air Pen is actually not used on the new line of Air devices. We'll explain in a second. This one's super accurate, very, very accurate. Very quick, has a conical nib, and no, the nib is not able to be put in anything else, it's literally just that. The one they actually use on the new Airline is the Pen 2 Plus. It's shorter and it just uses the standard nibs. They're not easy to pull out yourself, but they always give you a little nib puller tool. This one is used on the Lumi, the Air, and the new Note. This one works perfectly fine too. I have found on the P10W, it's very quick, but every time you kind of wait, you have to draw back into it because it takes a second to re-register that you're activating the WACOM screen, perhaps. I'm not sure why. The Reinkstone pen, the Top Joy pen works, the Fujitsu Quaderno Gen 2 pen works, and the eraser works as well. You can see the eraser works very well. The Supernote pen, not recommended to use on anything except for a Supernote, but it's really good. It feels great too. Especially if you have a screen protector on top of the device, it's no problem. And the beauty about the Supernote pens, they're all made out of metal, they're fantastic to hold, they look great, and they last forever. Supernote pens are quite nice. Now, for absolutely my pinnacle favorite pen here, the Lamy. This one is really nice because it works on everything and it's customizable. You can see my name's on there. Literally, my name is on there. You also get a button on the side. It's made in Germany and it feels great in the hand. So you have to activate it again. This thing is really nice, although the nib is probably the weakest point of the Lamy. It's very round and plasticky. Although it feels great in your hand, it's not the best to actually write with. So that's a little bit of a downside, but all of these work on the P10W. Now onto the top here, you have the X that X's out of the working notepad you're on, and you have a drop down to cycle through all of the active notebooks. These will be the exact same as the ones that will be your working ones right here. You have undo, you have redo, and you have your selector tool. So if we have something like a box on the screen, we can use the selector tool to select it, and then we can move it around. We can expand it, we can make it smaller, we can rotate it, you can even copy and stamp it around. If you've made something very technical, you can go to a new page and you can stamp it there. This is going to be your insert, so you can insert various things. Insert a new page, it's really the same as pressing the arrow. That'll do new page, or you can actually swipe to make a new page like so. It'll turn into 4 out of 4, so that's not too useful, but it's there. You can insert shapes as well. You get 4 shapes. You get a perfect circle, perfect triangle, perfect square, and a line. The line can just be a line like so, and from there you automatically go into the selector tool, which you can move it around, and you can do all the same things as you did with the selector tool. Tap out to put it down on the canvas. Insert text is the same thing. You just simply start typing away your name like so. You can use your finger or you can use the pen. Tap out to put your text on the screen. Insert image is also very easy. You just go over there and choose an image. So I'll choose a cartoon car. Go ahead and plomp it wherever I want after cropping it like so. I'll crop it there with the front bumper hanging off, and now I can move it around. I can stamp it, I can stretch it, and now I can make my edits on it. So insert image is very, very useful, especially if you're doing drawing or stencils or even putting in your blueprints and you want to draw, extra data on it. This is your capacitive lock, so you won't be able to actually use your fingertip on anything, although you don't really need it because this is high quality enough to have 5 fingers on the screen and it still works perfectly fine. Over here you'll find additional settings: content search, paper switch. Paper switch is very useful. This will allow you to switch between a whole bunch of different pages, including sticker sheets that they have preloaded on the unit itself if you want to do some coloring and whatnot. Of course, there's only black and white you can use on this, so coloring is more like shading things in. Select group is ridiculously confusing, so what you do is you can actually group in what you're writing now with something else that you're writing, and it mixes them together and overlays the images with other things. So the sticker sheet is now overlaying the white paper sheet, and the pages have increased to 18 pages. It's honestly a huge learning curve, and it's not too useful, but if you wanted to merge your 2 books together in some arbitrary fashion, you can do it. Delete this page simply deletes the entire page you're working on, and you do have share/export as well, so you can choose your pages you want to export like so. You can click on that one, and then you click the share button. What it will do is it'll scan your unit for all the apps you have, Mail, Outlook, Google Drive for example, and you instantly share what you've written with that app. Copy this page, copies the page, and select and paste is where you paste all of the things you select via your selector tool. AI convert to text. This is where you're going to do your handwriting conversions. So we have a black pen and a blank page. We're just going to write my name on the page here. And we're going to go over here to handwriting recognition. Convert to text. So we click on that. And it's going to convert it and throw it to the top left corner, and then you can just start writing. You can even use your pen to write. So I can write P, and it'll put a P right up there. That does it for the top. We have some stuff at the bottom here, however. It will change live with whatever pen you're actually using. So if I use the pencil, the marker, or the fountain pen, it's all going to change right there. So we can increase our line thicknesses. We can do the fountain pen. We can do the actual mechanical pencil/pen. We can do the pencil. It doesn't have tilt, but only the Remarkable has tilt. Or we can do the highlighter/marker. So those are very nice. You also have 5 different colors. Now I say colors, they're just different shades of gray. So for example, if I choose the pencil or the mechanical pencil with a red, it's gonna turn into a kind of light gray, and it'll be even lighter if I go with a green. But the thing is, when you export this will be green, this will be red, etc. So if you're grading papers, you can utilize these colors. Finally, the eraser. You can use the eraser at the back, you can use the eraser on the side, or you can use the nib to erase like so. You can do scrub eraser, in which case you'll have a scrubber like this. You can choose stroke eraser, in which case it'll erase the actual strokes you've done. You can do area eraser, in which case it will only erase the area you select, or you can erase all. Outside of the note-taking experience, the P10/P10W is a fully fledged unit. It has onboard audio, it has a great screen, the glow light is fantastic, and it comes bundled with Google Play, and you don't actually have to even cheat it. It just works. In fact, these are the only manufacturer, Boyue, who Google Play just simply works on. If you want to buy this, it is available on our store, goodyreader.com/blog/shop. Follow Goody Reader at goodyreader.com. Follow me at Toge Trial, and for a note-taking review of the P10W, this is Peter.